Today is July 2nd, 2018, and we have an election prediction between Vice President Joe Biden under the President Barack Obama administration. You all know him. And President Donald Trump, of course, the incumbent president of the United States. So we're going to go through this one. It's essentially just going through poll closing format. So from 7 p.m. finishing off in Alaska at 1 a.m. And I'm going to characterize the number of swing states as we go through the video. So Indiana, Kentucky, and South Carolina all go to the president. That's not really contested. Georgia, toss-up state right now, so I'm not going to fill it in. Virginia and Vermont both go to Joe Biden. So, a number of these states have become more partisan and more leaning to each political party, whereas they formerly were characterized as toss-up states. But right now we have 28 electoral votes for the president, 16 too close to call, and 16 for Joe Biden. West Virginia, 7:30 rolls around. West Virginia goes to Trump. Ohio and North Carolina, toss-up states. I'm going to include the independent things just so we can characterize which ones haven't closed and which ones are toss-ups. 49 electoral votes, too close to call as of right now. And then, of course, as usual, 8 p.m. rolls around up in the Northeast. This gives Joe Biden pretty much a lead. Also, again, like with Bernie Sanders, I'm comfortable enough with calling Pennsylvania for Joe Biden. He was born in the state. He definitely is able to appeal here to a number of these white working class voters. And back then, he did a phenomenal job at helping Barack Obama win these states by double-digit margins. So Pennsylvania right now I see as in the Biden column because, again, Donald Trump probably can't take a number of these voters that know Joe Biden so well and bring them over to his column, especially since Joe Biden is much better than Hillary Clinton in terms of appealing to voters. So Florida, again, a toss-up state. 8:30, then 9 p.m. rolls around. All of Nebraska goes to Trump. Arizona's toss-up. Colorado and New Mexico go to Biden. Again, the Rust Belt, pretty much safe for Joe Biden because of the fact, not really safe, but going into Joe Biden's column because he can resonate with a number of these white working class voters a lot better than Hillary Clinton could. And also, you only need a narrow push in the Democratic favor to win in these states, and Joe Biden would do much more than that. So Iowa rolls around, toss-up state. Nevada's a toss-up state. And then right now, essentially we are close to announcing history for Joe Biden. He's at 268 electoral votes. Donald Trump is at 161. We all know how 11 p.m. went, and then Alaska rolls in and puts Trump at 164. So that leaves us off with, I believe this is 9 toss-up characterizations and 8 toss-up states. So we already know some states are probably not going to go to Joe Biden. Georgia and Arizona, typical Republican states. Joe Biden probably isn't going to carry these states unless something drastic happens, considering how they're still Republican at heart. Yes, they become swing states, but I don't think Joe Biden is going to be enough to put it over the top. Up in Maine second, I still see Donald Trump narrowly carrying that district. But when it comes to New Hampshire, that one goes to Joe Biden. We really don't see a possibility of a Trump victory there. I only characterize it as a toss-up state because that's what history tells us it's going to be. Speaking of history telling us things, Nevada's going blue. History also tells us that Nevada will go blue. And, Nevada isn't really making a swing towards the president. It's pretty much going away with approval rating polls and everything. So Nevada goes to Joe Biden. So 278 electoral votes for Joe Biden, 192 for Donald Trump. North Carolina is probably going for Donald Trump. We don't see a possibility of a Joe Biden victory because, again, Obama couldn't do it in 2012. It was a narrow victory in 2008. So, again, right now I see a Trump narrow victory just because of the conservative population down there. But Florida, I see going to Biden. Iowa, I see going to Trump only because he won by such a large margin. And, again, Joe Biden isn't really the Bernie Sanders type progressive appeal to the Midwest. I see it in a state like Ohio, which I'm going to characterize for Joe Biden. Yes, Trump won here by roughly the same margin as Iowa, but it was a state that Biden used to focus on a lot, and it's also something with the white working class voters, something that really resonates with his ideology. A number of these voters are going to switch from Trump back to the Democratic side as they were previously. But again, this is probably going to be the most contested state out of them all. I really see Ohio going either way, but right now I see a narrow Joe Biden victory, giving him a final total of 325 electoral votes to Donald Trump's 213. Thank you guys for watching this video. Comment down suggestions below, and I'll see you all tomorrow.